everybody, it's Wednesday, it's WIP Wednesday. So for the next few months, on a fortnightly basis on a Wednesday, we're going to get together and we're going to have a look at some of the great hobby goodness that's going on out there in our community. So if you're working on something that you want to share with us, drop an email to us at whipwednesdaybhpc@gmail.com, or come and join us in the Discord and put it in the channel that is WIP Wednesday Submissions. And I'm going to try and get to it every week, but I'm abroad next week and then we've got the tournament coming up, so it's going to be 2 to 3 times a month over the next couple of months while things settle down, and we're just going to have a look and share some of the brilliant hobby that's going on out there. And I'm hoping that we've got some SCA teams that are being brewed up ready. That's going to be our next tournament, so let's have a look. Okay, so first up, we've got David Griffiths. Hey, again, Ben, straight into it. You'll see a Grebo Games werewolf, courtesy, Cutamall of Wilhelm Chaney, that I painted up to look like my own dog, Nanook. And then Grebo the Gargoyle and Willow Rosebark by Artisan Guild. Those last two are painted by me, for me, by my friend Tyrone, who is a mini painting god. I did sculpt the gargoyle base using brown stuff and green stuff world crystals, however, Tyrone brought it to life. I hope he sends it his Pirates team and diorama once he finishes it. You will be amazed. I also included the very special sketch I did to assist Tyrone, lol. Lastly, there are some tokens I did. Do you have a favorite color from these? Right, let's have a look through here. So first up, we've got the werewolf Cutamall for Wilhelm Chaney that is painted to look like David Griffiths' dog, which I think is absolutely brilliant. Now, I'm interested to see what you guys think about the Cutamall teams. We've seen a couple of them. We've had a couple of them to reviews, and I really like them. And I like this one too. I think the style is definitely not for everybody, but I really like it. No, that's the wrong flipping setup, isn't it? There we go. So now we can see the gargoyle with a heck of a base in there, and the Artisan Guild's star player, which you are using as Willow Rosebark, which is very cool. I do love the Artisan Guild's gear. The gargoyle is brilliant. That base is so epic, and a really lovely paint job. I mean, look at the work on the wings. That is really lovely. And the base is so cool as well. Really cool models. And then whoa, I love these tokens. I am always going to be drawn to green, but that orange seriously pops. That is lovely. These tokens are absolutely wonderful. Where are these tokens done? Where have we got these tokens from? Lastly, there are some tokens you did. Dude, the tokens are brilliant. And there's the doggo. There we go. There's Nanook. Fantastic. I love that you've painted him as your star player. And, the sketch for the gargoyle base. Excuse me, I got a bit of a cold. Really cool, and some really great stuff there that we're seeing already. I think this one's also from David. Yep, I'm so glad Wednesday is back. I was rather sick myself recently, but there's a good chance to get some painting done. So here's my Dark Elf team. It consists of G-Dub Sculpts, Grebo, and Hero Club miniatures. I'm sure you guys will be able to tell what is what. Take care and happy painting. Okay, so this is Dark Elf. So, that assassin, I think that's one of the Grebo assassins. I could be wrong. We haven't done the top 5 Dark Elves yet, so that one's coming. But I mean, the purple is lovely. The blue on the tokens is really nice as well. It's got a really nice highlighted vibe to it. And that is definitely a Grebo Dark Elf on the left there. You've got, oh wow. This is the great thing about Blood Bowl, is you can mix and match players on your teams as long as the scheme kind of ties them in together. It's really nice. And the team looks really lovely. Excellent colours. Blue and purple works really well with some nice shading there. Look at that. Nice shading. Really nice purple. And that absolutely pops on the pitch, which I flippin' love. So thank you very much for that, David. Next up, we've got Mike. Hey Ben, I made a Snotling team using the Grebo Cutamall seal balls for the Snotlings, Walrus as pump wagons, and polar bears as trolls. The pink seals are fun hoppers, and the grey seals with bombs are the fungus flingers. The blue seals are Snotling linemen. Thank you for all the videos. I did my second league with the Cutamall Chaos Dwarves team. My first league was 16 years ago. I didn't win, but the last match is almost done, and so far I am leading most casualties inflicted at 20. This is so cool. This is a really clever way of doing it around as well. So the penguins, the pink seals, grey seals. So I guess, I love it. So this is the snotling team. So the blue dudes are the normal guys. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And you've got the trolls as the, I'm assuming those are the trolls and those are the pump wagons. Walrus as pump wagons, polar bears as trolls. Yeah, that works brilliantly. Now, Punga this month, they've dropped this weird kind of Cutimal team thing that's based on a video game. Ben's told me all about it, but I'm not sure what it is. We'll talk about it on the podcast because hopefully you can enlighten us. But they've kind of gone down the Cutimal route, which is really nice to see that more companies are kind of looking into that. But Mike, that's awesome. Thank you ever so much. Here we go. It's our resident dwarf. Here we go. It is Graham here. Right, what do we got? I guess more WIP on the Lustrian Raiders for the South Coast series, Southampton. These guys aren't as sports orientated as the Brew Kings, but they focus more on brutality. In other news, the Coffee Cup tournament took its toll on me, and even though I enjoyed it, 30 hours with no sleep after a broken night's sleep has knocked me for 6. I ended up win 1, draw 5, lose 5. That's not bad. But I finally beat a Slan team on my third event. 2 halfling teams did well, both had Morgan. The overall winner was a dwarf coach who I held to a 1-1 draw in the final game of the tournament. Regards, the resident dwarf. Well, if anyone's going to know how to beat dwarves, dude, it's going to be you. There we go. So I guess this was the Coffee Cup standings. It's such a cool thing to do. I just think I'd die. I just straight up think I'd die. A lot of these are names we've got to come into our tournaments all the time, which is really cool. I'm glad you went dwarfs. And dwarfs won the day, which is pretty cool. Right. Naturally, I've zoomed in now. And we're all over the shot. Next up, we've got the dwarf. No, doesn't actually. I've lost my place. Okay, we got some dwarves on the go here from the resident dwarf. And that is a mean tractor death roller there. I actually don't know where it's from. I've not seen, I don't know, I assume I've seen it before, but I'm not sure I've seen it being painted. Maybe it's these guys are STLs, so maybe it's part of the same team. I'm not overly sure, but we've got some more here from Graham. So next installment is the Hell Bay Rams. Minotaur is finished, and I started my Human Sevens team for the Halloween Sevens Bowl on October 30th. Regards the Resident Dwarf. Here we go. So this is a Brute Fun miniature. Oh man, come on, let's get the zoom right. And it is absolutely lovely. I've got one of these ready to be painted as well. But I have painted a team this week, which is quite cool. In fact, if you're watching on the Wednesday, you will see it on the Thursday night stream. You do some bright colours really nicely, dude. And I hope this team does better than the LA Rams at the moment. They're not having the best of times, bless them. But such a cool model, cool sculpt, cool print, and a really lovely paint job. And this is the Sevens team as well. So, oh yes, good. Glad you're going with the Ogre build. You've got to have the Ogre. It's just too much fun. Blitzer there, Forge World, 2 pair of Forge World Blitzers. And 3 Blitzers and an Ogre with some linemen. Nice. That's a bit of a powerhouse of a roster. Absolutely love it. And I love the scheme too. That is going to be very bright, and I think that's awesome. This is Graham's Norse too. Welcome back to the wonderful world of WIP Wednesday. Some of the photos are a few months old now, but I have not shared on here before. I wanted to stray away from the box art from the Norse team, and after starting them, realised they look like Santa's elves, so I went for a Santa as a coach using a Rumble Slam dwarf. More coming soon. Regards, the Resident Dwarf. I love this. This is so good. I mean, it's a proper vibrant colour, and I know that you think they've kind of got a Christmassy vibe, but, you know, old school Blood Bowl, it was all like primary bright colours, and basically all the teams kind of look like they were sweet wrappers, like wrappers from candies. This has got that kind of vibe to it, and I absolutely love it. There's the Techno Viking. All right, with the red trousers, I kind of get the Christmassy vibe, and I think we've got a shot of that dwarf Rumble Snap. Nice work on the tokens. That red has come out really nicely. There we go. So, the Norse team, the Ulf Warriors. Spoiler alert, even bigger than the new Strength 4 blocker from the Amazon team. So it's an interesting one. I know the Ulf Warrior models for the Norse team were a little bit on the small side. And the new strength 4 pieces for Amazons are even smaller. There he is. That is an excellent choice of model. I love that. That's brilliant. Yeah, really cool. Excellent basing as well, by the way. Now, it's such a cool looking team and a great theme as well. Dude, it's so nice to see some of your stuff again. Next up, we got Jason Warner. Hey, Ben, thanks for showing off my team previously. Glad you liked them. Thought I'd give you an update. My last Black Orc is done, especially like the birdie type bar. The bridle type bar part of this guy's face guard. He might just be that savage, right? So I painted his mouth to look like to look bloody, like he furiously chews on it. It's hard to get a good image of it though. Named Gorehowl, which seemed appropriate. The troll is also done. Very pleased with how he turned out. Chopped his axe off, then filed for ages the axe head into a knuckle duster. So that's what we've got on the screen here. Although once a knuckle duster is the size of a human torso, it may be a struggle to get on the pitch, not in Blood Bowl. This is a great model for a troll for any kind of team as well. I really like this, and I really love the crisp white as well. that helmet, their helmet, the big skull on the arm is just brilliant. So this is a war boss. I don't know what they're called actually, from Age of Sigmar. Mega boss, I think, and it's such a good fit to be a troll model. Yeah, I love that. That is a great punch blade. I think that works really, really, really well. You've done an excellent job. I think I just literally weapon snipped mine. So extra points for that. The team is looking so sharp there. They had their first league match the other day and lost 2-1 to Dark Elves. But one of my boys killed a lineman and crippled another so bad that he'll walk with a limp for the rest of his days. -1 movement. Me and my opponent were discussing the amusing idea that witch elves would just use him as a sacrifice to Cain now that he's maimed. Yeah, sadly so. The 2 other Black Orcs racked up a casualty each, one of which was Gorehowl, which we can't quite see. Maybe it's this guy in the back there. Can we get a better shot? Yeah, definitely. There, that looks like Gorehowl with the bloody mouth, which works really, really, really nicely. And one of my gobos scored the touchdown, while the other earned the MVP, so a nice bit of SPP. Had a good scrap, killed an elf. Got to think the lads would see that as a successful day. Absolutely. Elves are a tough challenge for Black Orcs. They don't have the speed to keep up with them, so you kind of got to control the ground and just put elves in it. Decided to buy a couple of Grebo Goblins to round out the team, mix it up a bit. Gotta say, very impressed by the minis. They look great. Just getting them done right now. Then the markers to finish the whole team bases, and the team will be done. Keep up the great work, everybody. Happy blocking, and regards, Jason. So let's have a look and see if we've got any more pictures there. There we go. So I think the pictures were in reverse order, which is entirely my fault. Now, super jobs. So this is Mark. Hey, Ben. As autumn looms, I'm finally getting some painting done. The Imperial Nobility team is just about finished, and I'm fairly happy with how it's turned out. I've started working on colour combinations for the Dark Elf team, mixing ink with silver paint to make an metallic effect. Current plan is a black, purple, pink theme. Regards, Mark. Here we go. So, looking very, very, very cool. And there's the Nobility team. That's a lovely looking Nobility team. That, I mean, anytime you put that amount of work into like painting each of like the segments of the feathers and stuff, it finishes with such a really strong visual look. It's so cool to see, and it really fits Nobility because they're all pompous and shiny and things, aren't they? So it works really, really, really well. Really cool to see. Thank you ever so much. Okay, this, I believe, yes it is some of Nicholas's work here. Hello, Ben. I've been having a bit of a hobby streak in between our league seasons, so I'm here to dump some more pictures of what I've been painting. In preparation for the new season, I've been painting star players that can play for the Khorne team that have officially released models. Yeah, what are we waiting for Khorne? Waiting for Grashnak. Dude, Grashnak model? Go with Brute Fun if you can. I find it quite enjoyable to paint up some unique models as a break from painting full teams. As of sending this email, I've already played my first game for the season, and 2 Marauder linemen died. So it looks like I might get to use a star player or 2 down the line. Keep up the good work, everyone. So glad WIP Wednesday is back. Best regards, Nicholas. Oh, let me get adjusted here in the chair, and we can have a look at some of Nicholas's star players. Let's see if we can zoom out to an appropriate level. Right, that is a great looking hack flem. I'm not overly enamored with the Forge World version of it. but this is a really lovely paint job, and it's probably one of the nicer Forge World painted hack flems that I've seen. You know me, I'm a big, you know, dodgy Skaven fan, so seeing a bit of hack flem is great. Hack flem's awesome. I use the Punga Pirates hack flem, and it's okay. It's probably the best one I've seen out there, but the Forge World one looks really good actually when it's painted nicely. Oh, Gracken Crumbleberry, who don't get enough respect on the pitch. That cheeky bit of sure hands along with an ogre for 250k I think's great. Lovely work on the flesh, and the stripes are nice and bold. I'm really liking this. You got Glart, which is a beautiful job there. Really lovely highlighting. Like really nice edge highlighting, and you got the scars for him as well, which is cool. And ooh, it's the Verminator, and that is such a cool model and a really lovely paint job as well. Like the Verminator is such a cool star player. Can you, yeah, I don't know, 170k with his integral bribe is pretty huge, and he's quite terrifying in movement 5, strength 7. That's a really lovely job there, Nicholas. Yeah, little boy on the sheep, also known as Rumbelow. Probably, I think the star player waited the longest for the model. Not quite, I think, as long as the Croxagore, but I mean, yeah, it's a cool model in the end, and lovely work on the flesh. And Deep Root is an interesting one because he comes in a billion pieces, but it's such a cool model when he's built, and you've done such a lovely job. Look at that, you got the squirrel's eyes, which is just phenomenal, just phenomenal. And these two boys have made quite an impact on the scene, not just at our tournament, but in general. Like, Bomber is ubiquitous. Every team that can take him, that's got 50k in a league, just cash, or, you know, if you can take him in a tournament, he's brilliant. Until he rolls 2 1s, then you're kind of stuffed, but actually up until that point, he warps the game around him, which is really cool. So Bomber and a lovely Fungus the Loon there, a bit of a bargain. That is just outrageously nice. Really lovely work, Nicholas. This has been time well spent working on these star players. I mean, that is a really lovely Morg model and a beautiful paint job. Like, and look at how much it pops at a distance, and then you go into the detail. Absolutely gorgeous. No, lovely. Thank you very much for sharing. This is interesting. This one I thought was very cool. Not Blood Bowl, and that's perfectly all right. So we've got this one from Danielius Mockus. Oh, there we go. Hey Ben, you are, I'm so sorry, it's been a long day. Droidus Varnus here. I thought I'd share a bit of the random nonsense I've been working on sporadically. I'll start off with the Battletech 3D model of the Huron Warrior I've been working on for some time now. Still needs a lot of cleanup and needs some work on the extra variants the mech has, but I'm quite happy with how it's looking. Dude, that looks really cool. That looks really cool. I'm a big fan of, like, a lot of the Battletech stuff. It's really cool. It's really interesting, and I need to have a proper game of Battletech. When I was at Entoyment last week, there was like a 4-player game of Battletech going on the table behind me, and I kept getting quite distracted. It's just classic, and I love it. Proper battleship, like, mech fighting. It's just so cool. Next up, I've been trying my hand at green stuff sculpting quite a lot, as I'm hoping to kit bash an entire team of Chaos Renegades. Nice. I started with the team's Troll. It's mostly built out of a rock Troggoth with green stuff robes, extra teeth, and there's half a dozen other kits in there. Like the book from the Battle Mage, skulls from Raven Guard accessories, scrolls from Tsarn Gores, etc. Yeah, it's a very cool looking model. And also been working on an ogre for the team, but it's in much less finished form, built out of a slave ogrin. Cool. With the left arm from an ogre glutton model. Combining them was much harder than I thought it would be. The shoulder plate is from a demon prince, and the head is a 40k ogrin with a ton of green stuff, as I wanted to give it a weird faceless Cyclops look to it. Dude, it's a creepy looking Cyclops face. Still not sure what I'll do with the right arm because of the weird robotic socket it has. Probably tentacles. With a Chaos team, you can't really go wrong with tentacles as a skill or from a modelling point of view. Lastly, I've been working on a shambling undead team. Haven't done a ton of painting yet, but I'm happy with the mummy repose, as I didn't really like the sprinting pose it originally had. Yeah, you've done a really lovely job there. I just lazy boyed and glued mine instead of running, just kind of tilted them back a bit to kind of shake up the pose, but this is a much more thorough and professional job. Anyway, that's about it. There's some other stuff, but I think that's enough for now. Dude, thank you so much. That's some really cool projects on the go there. Oh, excuse me, guys. Paul B here. Hey, Ben. Great to have WIP Wednesday coming back again, and glad everyone's feeling better. Over the summer, I managed to finish off my Halfling and Wood Elf teams, which I will use together for my College of Life team. The first pick shows my Halfling team. Ah, yes, because we've done it through Google Drive. It will be in the exact reverse order that you need it to be, because Google is almost useful. There we go. No, it's just Google. The second pitch shows my finished Wood Elf team. I tried to do camo on their legs, but no, I'm not sure if it works. Oh, I can kind of see now. Yeah. Oh, wow. It's like forest camo. Nice bases too. Yeah, forest cow. Oh, wow. You've been playing Team Yankee. That's some proper 90s US military stuff. I love that. So the first picture, which we'll come to in a second, is the Halfling team using the old 2nd edition dwarfs, as they are now the size of Halflings. It is a sad truth. I've added some Drukhari Razor Wings to use as markers, rerolls and tokens. The second pic shows my finished Wood Elf team. Tried to do camo on the legs, but not too sure if it works. It works brilliantly. Yes, both teams will be sharing the treeman. That's what you should do. Well, I say that's what you should do. That's the right thing to do, and then later on you can add more and more big guys until you've got an entire Treeman team, because there should be a Treeman team. The third picture is a group shot, which is this one here. So this is the Dwarf team. This is the old 2nd edition things with 3rd edition blitzers, which is cool. You got the Razor Wing there as the markers. You got the Treeman and the Elves combined. There's the Halfling team. Fourth pick is WIP. I'm using some Dryads to represent the Bloaters and Rotters in the College of Life team. 2 Bloaters and 4 Rotters. I hope the size difference comes across. Only finished the base colours so far, but they will match the Halflings and Wood Elves. And in the last pick, I've picked up a few Saurus Guard to use as Norse Berserkers on my wife's College of Heavens team. Just need some Saurus Warriors to be the Norse linemen. Nice. Below is a link to my OneDrive, Google Drive. Yeah, works. I hope you like the update. I'm looking forward to watching the new 7 Super Series. Fantastic. Well, thanks very much, Paul. Some super cool stuff there. I've got to shout out about this. Anytime you're looking at combining a team, or like Dungeon Bowl is such a good example where you can mix and match teams and go with a really strong theme. So using Sauruses to be your blitzers and stuff like that, it's just such a cool thing. And the combining the Dryads in there too, it's just brilliant. And serious props for the camouflage on that. Like, really impressive stuff. Really cool. Ooh, we've got a nice bit of colour on the go here. This is Ben. Hey, just wanted to share some teams I've worked on over the last few months. Dwarves. I've never tried OSL before. Well, this is a strong effort. But at just over 30 minutes per mini, I quite liked this style. So this is the Dwarf team, and yeah, the OSL effect is really cool. It's really stylized, and it works beautifully. Like, that team's going to look really nice. If you take that to a tournament, it's going to be on the pitch. People are going to be like, ooh, as they walk by, which that's kind of what you want. Goblins. I'm not using these in my current league team, and I have almost all of them done now. I've made some magnetic mushroom skill markers for them as well. That is clever. Big fan of that. I've got an absolute like a little plastic box full of these mushrooms because they're so useful. They're 3D printed ones. I think they're even free. So good. Oh, look at the bases. This comic book style is so fantastic. These are the Punga goblins. Yeah, it's amazing. And the fact you can use those mushrooms as skill markers is amazing. Although, how many skills are you getting on your goblins? How long are they living? Oh, that dwarf team looks even better from the front. That is beautiful. What a really cool way to use that technique. That's a really strong execution there. And the linemen are done. Just need to do the positionals. The Norse look beautiful. The edge highlighting is great. And I mean, you can't beat the blood on the snow effect. It's just so Norse and it works so well. And I think we've got some Dark Elves as well. Again, with that really cool basing style, that really cool comic book painting style. I like the facial colouring. That's quite interesting. Dark Elves. I've taken these to 2 tournaments now. I won one of them and won Best Painted at another. I painted them using only 3 paints, white, red and a black primer. I never want to prime grey again. Ben, dude, this is so cool. I'm not surprised that you won. That's a really striking colour combination. Absolutely love it. Really, really, really cool. And great basing too. Okay, we're just going to have a look at a couple more before we have a quick look through the Discord. Hey Ben, recently finished painting this guy and he's been an absolute mayhem on the pitch. Maybe the best 50k you can spend on an orc team. Can you guess who it is? It is a very funny Bomber Dribble Snot. That is a creepy looking model. Beautiful paint job, but very, very, very creepy. William, that's very, very, very cool. Very creepy, but very cool. Oh... Got a sneaker Skaven team in here. This is Piet. Hello, Ben. Greetings from Holland. Big thumbs up for your channel and all the hard work. Thank you very much. Here are my almost finished Skaven. Perhaps not the best players, but by far my favourite race from Warhammer. Need to finish them up. Quick. Fantastic. Love that. And my first model is for a Reichland Reavers team with a giant for hire at their backs. Right, let's have a proper look at the Skaven team. Love the scheme. Nice edge highlighting and a team display base. It just always looks cool. Extra effort there, and it's really, really cool. I love that you've gone with both the Rat Ogres, so you can roll one as potentially the Verminator until we get... Oh, man. Bone Ripper. Man, this is it. The old star players, they're kind of dead and gone. All right, here's the human team that Piet's working on. My first model's from a Reichland Reavers team with a giant for hire at their backs. Not sure if that's a good thing, but I had fun painting. It's always a good thing to get giants into Blood Bowl. They are fun and they are carnage. I'm trying to maintain discipline, so I finished these teams, but there is a built and primed Norse team with Yetis trying to cut in line. I already painted a giant. Now I need more pictures of Yetis. Hope you like them. Kind regards, Piet. That's so cool. I love this giant. The work you've done with the numbering and like the flesh that's painted and faded away. It looks really, really, really cool. That's a really cool model. And we do need more giants in Blood Bowl. This is going to be the last one we look at today, guys, because I'm fast running out of time. We've got the podcast soon. This is MC. Mike C. Hey Ben, sent this in July when you were ill, so glad things got better. Thank you very much. Looking forward to painting the Savannah team, which arrived on my birthday and are now assembled, which are back thanks to the Bonehead podcast of the Kickstarter. Dude, that Savannah team's so good. I still need to give it to Ben so he can paint one up. And currently I'm getting my partner into painting by sharing the Imperial Nobility team, but while I wait for us to have coinciding free time for that, I built and painted the Orc team, the Black Orc team. Alright, I love the yellow flesh tone. That's so cool. It's nice and different, it's nice and bold, it's nice and bright. And the mixture of colours you use for the team as well gives it a really vibrant effect. Yeah, really, really, really cool, Mike. Love this. So good to see. Right, we are going to wrap up now and bounce over to the Discord. Okay, so we're going to have a look at a few things in the WIP Wednesday submission part of the Bonehead Discord. If you're not in, come and join us. It's a great place for a ton of Blood Bowl nonsense. So this is Skith, and we've got a very cool... I'm not sure what the troll is doing. Oh, it's 2 teams fighting. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, well, lovely Necro team and a cool part of a Black Orc team there as well, which is really, really, really cool to see. We've got a few more shots there. A lovely groundwork. A weird thing to say, I appreciate, but like, I grew up loving all the Forge World books and seeing all like the Death Core of Krieg and all the kind of groundwork that just look like World War One trenches. This has got those vibes, and I'm super, super, super happy with that. We've got Ben Amsfield here working on a few teams. So you've got the Norse team on the go, and we've already seen them. We've seen this. We've just looked at these guys. That's really, really, really cool. That Goblin team's so good, and the Dwarf team we've seen as well. Best based. Yeah, Dan. is also a huge fan of that and executes it really, really, really nicely. Right, what else we got going on? Oh, someone's working on some kind of street board. This is the dangerous thing about the Discord, is there's a lot of cool hobby. So I'm assuming this is Marvel Crisis Protocol or something. I don't know, big fan of seeing the random stuff in there. Maybe that's what it is, but it looks really, really, really cool. Oh, I'm missing an entirely game. Also painted a Disney Infinity toy to be an in-game statue. Okay, good. I thought I'd missed a whole game. Corey working on some... Look at that. That is beautiful work. I think at some point I need to try my painting on a bust, but maybe I should just get some maybe I should just get some decent teams painted first. Bluntbrush, hey Boneheads, work continues on my undead teams. The Wraiths are next. Oh, cool. I love that flame style. And the red dude is very cool as well. Absolutely brilliant. I think we saw some of this last week, which was really, really, really cool to see that team coming together. I love the carnage in there. Orcstar! Painting Underworld star players? Have I missed something? This is cool. I've got to check to see if Orcs is coming down to SCA, because actually... maybe we'll see some. There we go. We've got some more of the pitch. Not pitches, more of the streets. Finished orc of my Ultramarine inspired the Badlands, which is cool. Actually, you know what? Ultramarines, they get a bad stick. They get a bad kind of clap, don't they? But actually, the fact is, it's a solid combination. There you go. Ooh, we're seeing the bust come together, which is really cool. Yeah, I mean, when you're painting orc skin, adding purple as an undertone anywhere works really great. Here we go, we got more dwarves. Oh, and it's just really taking shape in front of our eyes. That is so cool to see. Yeah, guys, if you want to see more of this, then do jump in the Discord and check it out, because that is lovely. That is really impressive work. Hey, we got some Punga. This is Snaps. Love to see some of the Punga goblins. I really do like the goblins. I'm a big fan of the Torchlight goblins, but the Punga ones are right there for me. This is Graham's Sevens team coming together, which is cool. Yeah, that is, in fact... Woo, this is fun. So, Bloodspawn for the College of Beasts team. That is interesting. I think that's the Necromunda model, isn't it? And works brilliantly well. Oh, Marvel Crisis Protocol with a bit of work there on Dr. Octopus and Spidey. That's a creepy skull head, but really nicely done there. Anytime I see anyone talking about rage quitting, it just makes a lot of sense. Primhack has got orcs finished, won a game of sevens. Nice. And actually the Ultramarine orcs looking really good. That works really nicely for him. We got Radaron, the Goblin Kai. So we've got two Brute Fun trolls with some Games Workshop goblins, which looks really cool. Oh, I do like that model. And I really do like the Games Workshop goblins. They're really good. I love seeing this, and it's great. I love the bright colours, the classic kind of Bad Moon vibe. So good to see. Ooh, got some green stuff on the go here. From Greenstone. Really cool. Right, guys, I am going to wrap up because we've got some Amazon stuff to do, and we're recording the podcast later. If you are around tomorrow, 8 o'clock, come and join us on YouTube. We're going to be playing a game. The new Amazons versus the Lizardmen, and it's going to be a rumble in the jungle kind of affair. So, thank you all so much for sharing. We've still got more emails to go to, and I'll be filming as soon as I get back from holiday as well. But for now, I'm going to disappear. Thank you very much. Happy painting. Thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to support the channel even further, please like and subscribe. It really does help us out. Or come join us on YouTube Members or in Patreon, where you can get exclusive access to some content, some loot, early access to basically everything we do, as well as regular competitions. Or you can pick up some Bonehead Podcast loot either on our website at boneheadpodcast.com. We've got the Dungeon Bowl things, we've got tokens and stuff like that, or on our Spreadshirt site as well. Everything you do just helps us.